Hello and welcome to We Got a Podcast about Dragon Ball from A to Z, from Earth to Namek to Sadala. We cover it all. My name is Randy.
And I'm Broke Doug.
And I am Ken. I'm Ozaru. To be at one with myself, I must be two. I must have faith in who I am.
Okay.
That's really good script writing. Did you get that professionally done?
Yeah.
All right. We're the world's strongest under the heavens trio de dangers here every other week to talk your ear off about fights, goofs, and everything else in the Dragon Ball cosmos. Doug, give me an update. Pull me from the sadness that Ken has put me in.
Well, if you guys remember last episode, I was really upset at the world because I could not get the SDCC exclusives. For those watching the video, you can see right now behind me, right here, is the big Ozaru SDCC exclusive. A generous soul, a generous hero out there reached out to me. His name is Chaos Master Z, like on TikTok. He hit me up like, hey, I got these if you want them. I'm like, hell yeah, like for retail price. I'm like, yes, please. So paid him, got him. I'm a happy boy now.
Chaos Master. Wow.
Yeah, shout out, dude. Yeah, go check him out. He's awesome. Because he's not just a random guy online. I had been talking to him a little bit, and he also has a big collection as well. But yeah, and then actually this past weekend, I just came back from Otakon. That was a fun time. I met up with Jake over there, a friend of the show, Jake, who's on the podcast sometimes. When
we call him
not...
Doug number 2.
I don't know why.
Here.
I should be Doug 2. He should be Doug 1. But no, I had an awesome time with him. We went around the dealer's room. We played video games together. We played a Dragon Ball Super song on the taiko drum thing. That was freaking awesome as hell. We were both going like, hey, boom, da 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 da. It was awesome. Saw Mike's panel over there. Mike did a great job as usual. He nailed it. Like he's been doing this for years or whatnot. No idea, but he's got a website too. I didn't know. Kanzenshu. I guess you heard of that site. It's really good.
Oh, that Mike.
But he had an Akira Toriyama panel, like showing a lot of work that, you know, even I had never heard of. Like, there was like, what's it called? Lady Pink, I think it's called, or maybe just Pink. But he just showed clips that were just so good. And like, Toriyama has such a way of like getting you hooked on his show just from like 10 seconds in. Like it's beautiful. It was the anime adaptations of what Toriyama made, but yeah, it was some really engaging stuff. I want to check out more Toriyama stuff. It was dope. But yeah, it was funny. I brought my Piccolo hat and my Majin Buu hat that I wore, just like, I'll just wear this, whatever. One of the days, someone tapped me on my shoulder, was like, can I get a picture? I love my favorite character. And I'm like, oh yeah, sure, let's get a picture, sure. And I like did like the Majin Buu pose or whatever, took a picture with him, and he had a bag. He showed me like he bought these figures, like it was Yamcha. And he's like, yeah, I love Yamcha. I was like, yeah, so we love Yamcha in this house. You go. And then like it was we went our separate ways, and it was like Jake was like, that was a fan of yours? I'm like, no. I was just the guy who liked my hat. No, but he showed you a figure too. I'm like, wait, what? Jake started gaslighting me into thinking that he was a fan. I'm like, no. He said Majin Buu was his favorite character. He had no idea who I was, but it was really funny.
It would be cool if he did know who you were. It
would be pretty cool. I started gaslighting myself. Maybe he did. He showed me a figure. Yeah, he's right. And it was Yamcha of all people. Like he knows we love Yamcha in this house. But yeah, no. It was funny. But yeah, no, also I called myself Broke Doug because on top of buying the SEC exclusives, I also bought...
What an audio journey we're on.
Yeah, I know.
Hold for suspense.
Oh, we're holding.
Event exclusive Broly's that have evaded me for far too long now, and I found them there. I paid... they're already going for crazy prices online, but I decided since I was there in person to just pay the prices. I even like... haggled down by a certain amount, like a good amount that I thought. But then he's like, I got to charge you tax, just pay my credit card. I lost the deal immediately. Like what I haggled down, I just paid back in taxes. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. So, but I'm happy to have the figures now. I can cross them off my list, and just now 10 more SH figure arts to go. And I have the whole set. So it makes me a happy boy. But that's me.
Wow.
That's Doug.
That's good.
Doug number 2.
That's awesome. I'm jealous. Wish I could have gone to Otakon, but maybe.
Yeah, you guys should come. I want to do another convention around here. I know Randy, you were talking to Jake about another convention. We should definitely go to that and try and convince Ken to come too.
Ooh, there we go. Yeah, because what was it? Magfest? Is that what it was?
Yeah. Like just playing video games all the time together, like arcade machines together. So cool, man. It would be so fun.
Count me in.
Yeah, and Ken, you don't got to put your own quarters in. They're already free.
Free play? Oh, man.
Free play, dog, yeah.
Full Ken Poggers. That's how you know it's good. Ken, how are you doing?
Not so good. I've been watching a lot of really bad movies. Of course, including the one that we'll be talking a little bit about here today. But I haven't seen Fantastic Four First Steps yet, but I've been going back and watching all of the other ones. Well, all of the other modern ones.
Yeah.
Those first two that Fox did with Chris Evans as the Human Torch, those are so bad they're good. I think those are enjoyable movies. Awful movies, but I didn't regret watching them. Oh, I regretted watching the 2015 one.
With Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah, that was not good. And
dude,
everyone should be ashamed of that.
I still have not to this day seen that movie because I knew, just like off looking at the trailer, I'm like, I'm not going to watch this. There's no point.
But in its defense, I will say that I cannot say about Dragon Ball Evolution, the acting was okay. The acting in that 2015 Fantastic Four movie was the least of its issues. For what it was fine.
Would you say it's fantastic?
Say that again.
I'm so glad you picked up on that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But on the positive, I watched the entirety of that King of the Hill season 14. Oh, chef's kiss. They did it. They managed to bring it back in the perfect way. Bobby, now aged up, age 21, feels right. Yeah.
Is that what I was looking at? I saw like trailers. I'm like, is this like a fan-made thing or whatnot? But it was real. Wow, yeah.
It's as good as you could hope it to be. The only negative thing about it is, well, Dale's acting is, rest in peace, Johnny Hardwick, but his acting's bad. And then Toby Huss takes over for it and it gets better. Toby Huss, of course, played Khan and Cotton. Well, Cotton's dead and Khan is now being played by someone else. So he's taking over for Dale. And then there's no mention of Luann at all. She's just gone. And of course, Brittany Murphy died. So if she comes back, yes, she was Luann. So they'll have to recast. Supposedly in season 15, which is in the works, they will be addressing Luann. But it's so good. And then this has been getting me to go back and watch the original show, and I'm in season 2 of it right now.
I honestly never watched King of the Hill like that. I think I went to a cousin's house one day and he turned on the TV to entertain me to watch something. And him and I couldn't tell each other that we didn't like King of the Hill. So we just kind of we didn't say anything. So we're just watching it, thinking the other one enjoys it for an hour and a half watching King of the Hill. But it wasn't that bad.
This is going to be a hot take that maybe isn't even that hot. Hey man, those first 9 seasons of The Simpsons, I love them. King of the Hill is better.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's it called? Not a hippie. What's the
hipster?
Hipster. Yeah, that's the word.
King of the Hill is a softer show. It's a more the characters love each other in a way that they kind of lose that in The Simpsons as it goes by. Okay. Anyway, King of the Hill. Check it out.
Check it out.
Randy, what have you been up to?
I started Yakuza Kiwami 2, and I think I'm on chapter 4 or 5. I just had the first big boss fight.
Yeah.
So,
how are you liking that dragon engine?
Because is this the first one that was actually for PS4 and not also a PS3 game?
No. Yakuza 6 was the first dragon engine game, and that was PS4 only.
Okay, gotcha. But Kiwami 2 was multi-plat or multi. Yeah, I suppose.
No, it was PS4
generation. Oh, but it just wasn't the first.
Right. It was the second one.
Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I think it definitely looks a good bit prettier than Zero. Wandering around Kamurocho and Sotenbori. So, I'm digging it so far. No real big complaints. I kind of like the equipment system and how stats and everything are, handled for level ups and all of that. I'm real bad at Virtua Fighter 2. Boy, let me tell you what. It's a good time. I'm liking it, and we'll see how quick I blitz through it. I don't know how long this one is, how many chapters or anything there is, but, it's just a good time. Good hangout game.
That's a good way to put it.
Enjoy this, cherish this while you can, because you're going to have extreme graphical engine whiplash when you go to Yakuza 3.
Right.
Which is back on the PS3 engine, the first of the PS3 engines.
We go back in time, basically, to...
Yes. Yeah, for those who don't know, Yakuza Kiwami 2 is a remake of a PS2 game, which came out after all of the advancements were made up through Yakuza 6, but then he'll be going from what is effectively 2 to 3, and it's basically the original 3.
Yeah. Yeah, here's the thing. I might actually consider just watching 3, 4, and 5, and then playing 6, and then Like a Dragon. I know, Ken.
4 sucks. 4
Right.
sucks.
So,
But 3
even
and
more
5
of a
are
reason.
3 and 5 are incredible.
3 and 5 are incredible. Okay.
We'll see. We'll see how it
Isn't
goes.
A lot of the fun of the game and like the mini games too, and just the side content anyway.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's just Yakuza. Like we're not breezing through this. This is our life.
Yeah. No, I'm running around. I'm doing all the side quests that pop up, and they're always a good time. I did some modeling today, so that was very fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
Shirtless.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Is that the one with the heart where Kiryu does the heart
Yep.
thing? Yeah.
Yep, you got it.
I'm just going to say real
I got
quick
screenshots.
and then I'll let this go. You will enjoy 3, 4, and 5 less if you watch them.
Okay. Yep. That's a stamp of approval from Ken to just do it.
But will I enjoy them a lot in the first place?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's graphical whiplash. 3 is a great
Right.
game. 4 sucks, but it introduces you to Koichi Yamadera's character. So you kind of got to play it for that. And then 5 is an awesome game.
So here's the thing. I was sitting there and I'm playing. Just one other quick thing. The detective, Kaoru Sayama, is that her last name?
Yeah.
And I'm listening to her. I'm like, oh my God. Is this Hiromi Tsuru? It's either Hiromi Tsuru or it's Aya Hisakawa. And then I looked it up. It is Hisakawa. So if you don't know names off the top of your head, Hiromi Tsuru was our original Bulma until, unfortunately, she passed. Then Aya Hisakawa, who played Sailor Mercury in Sailor Moon, took over that role after she had passed. So now she just sounds so similar when I hear her that I'm like, I can't tell who's who anymore. At least for me. Other than that, me and the roommate and a friend have been rewatching the Paddington movies. Guys, those are magical.
Oh, they're so lovely. I've only seen the first one, but like from that one, it's like, oh, the world is okay. The world is a good place to live in, you know? What a good feeling movie.
Yeah, Randy, I saw that you have 1 and 3 on your Plex, but no 2.
Right. So I digitally own 1 and 2 already. And then my friend couldn't make it to the first one. So I tossed 1 in Plex for him to watch to catch up so then he could come over and watch the second one. And then I have 3 in there because I'm waiting on this 4K Blu-ray 3-pack coming out in the UK later this year. And I'm like, now I'll grab all 3 of them. So then I'll be all set there.
I haven't seen 2, so...
Oh, so maybe I'll have to change that for you.
Yeah.
I forget if I've seen 2. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen 2. Definitely not 3.
2 is just like the first one, but somehow better. So
Dang. That's why I was like, how can you top this? I think that's why I didn't watch. I'm like, how can I get a better feeling than this?
right. 3 is good and it's fun. I don't think it's got the same magic as those first 2. I mean, we have a different director because the original guy was too busy working on Wonka. So
Oh, God. But yeah, no, Paddington is one of those movies that just someone unironically recommended, like, this is my favorite movie, of all time. Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
You're being funny. You're being funny, right? This bear movie,
No.
you watch it and you're like, oh my God, this movie is so good. It's
Yep,
great. I recommend it to
absolutely.
anyone out there who also is like, it's just a bear cartoon CGI. No, please give it a watch. You'll feel good.
Yeah. And just a couple of weeks ago, they announced that 4 is happening. No other details
Whoa.
other than it's happening.
Nice.
The problem is, like, the first one came out in 2014, and I'm like, now everybody is so much older. Like, the kids are no longer kids anymore. They're all
If it's the
adults.
same actors, wow, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, how do we do this? I don't know. We'll see. We kind of want to just do like a recasting or do a reboot or something. But, you
Do
know,
they have to follow like the comic or whatever it's based on? I mean,
the original
aged,
books.
so-
I don't
Yes.
know how much they've been following off of those.
Right.
But
I mean, I don't know either. So why not just age up the characters like they are, like age the story? I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know that. But you know what I do know is about sequels to movies that don't exist. And I don't know if that landed anywhere. I'm getting weird looks from everybody. That's okay. I tried to segue.
I always think you do that
trying
weird.
things.
Keep going. Let's go.
All right. So here's the thing. What we're here to do today is we're going to talk about the We Got a Podcast Writers Room. That's right. It's a new thing. We're sickos for Dragon Ball over here, and we think we could do it better. So let's just say that we got handed the keys for the Writers Room to do Dragon Ball Evolution 2. That's right. Critically acclaimed, box office success, Dragon Ball Evolution. They're trusting it with us jokers. So how would we steer that into a sequel film and going forward in that? I had to rewatch this movie, Ken. I hope you're proud of yourself.
Happy, Ken.
I rewatched it too, and I'm not happy at all.
You made me. I didn't rewatch it, but you made me think about it. You should feel go to sleep at night thinking that.
There is not a single redeeming quality to this movie.
It's a shame,
awful.
isn't it? It's just top to bottom a horrible made movie. Someone just heard of Dragon Ball, like, yeah, it's got this, right? Yeah, let's throw it in there.
I will say it does have Ayumi Hamasaki doing a new song. I like that song a lot. So, we might not have that song if it weren't for this movie.
I would sacrifice that song for that, not to have that movie.
I would say this is the worst movie that I have ever seen that I know there is at least a sliver of a chance that I'll have to see again.
Yeah. You know what? We also, thanks to this movie, got Battle of Gods as it turned out to be.
Right. So maybe not like I wish it never existed. Not that, because other stuff wouldn't exist. But yeah.
Right.
That butterfly effect, man.
It was the bird to burst into flames so that Battle of Gods could emerge as the phoenix. That's what it was. So
I think I waited months until I actually watched the movie. When it released, I was like, I'm not in any rush to watch this.
Oh, I saw it in theaters on release weekend, and then the weekend after that went with another friend.
Sicko. We are Dragon Ball sickos, aren't we?
I didn't like it. Anyway, so what happened in that first movie? Oh, Ken, you have...
I was just going to brag that this movie has never seen a penny from me, and that's all.
Hell yeah.
Well, you're a better man than I. So, anyway, what happened in that first film? Just real quick, I hadn't even sat down to rewatch it yet, and I'm like, let me just write down the things that I remember. And then also, of course, I watched Lance Mysteria Fusion's Dragon Ball Dissection video on this to help refresh me. Very good video, Lance, as always. So, if you're interested in something to watch, go give that a look. It's really, really good. So, Geeko, he's in high school. He's with Grandpa Gohan, who gets killed by Piccolo. Goku sets out for the Dragon Balls with Bulma. There's a tournament. Chi-Chi's a martial artist and is better than Goku. Goku learns the Kamehameha. Piccolo reveals that Goku was his henchman back in the day. He overcomes Piccolo, finally, using the Kamehameha for something. They use the Dragon Balls to wish back Muten Roshi, who was killed by Piccolo, trying to do the Mafuba to capture him. And then we end with Goku versus Chi-Chi in a mid-credits scene. The Piccolo survived and is taken in by some woman, probably a shapeshifted Mai. Or something, I don't know. She's pretty normal. Did I miss anything? Is there anything big and important there?
No.
Do we have to talk about that anymore?
Nothing's important in this movie. In the movie, they say the first rule is there are no rules.
Oh.
Having said that, here are some rules that we're going to follow for how to write this. Now, we have to adhere to the existing cast from the first movie. So there's no Chow Yun-Fat sucked a big one, so we're recasting him. No, we're stuck with Chow Yun-Fat. He's going to say Gohan the whole movie, and we just got to deal with it, okay?
I wouldn't say any of them are superior, bad. They're good actors. We're given dialogue and stuff to work with.
There's no good acting in this movie, except from one Sifu Norris. Was okay. And that's about as good as you get.
Well, no, they're good actors. They were just directed badly. That's what I'm saying is I've seen Justin Chatwin and other stuff, and he's good.
Or it's very clear they didn't want to be there, and they're just whatever, I'm just going to phone it in, and I just want to go home.
It's bad. So, but we're stuck with Justin Chatwin. We're stuck with Emmy Rossum. And then I don't know the rest of their names, but we're stuck with all of them, okay? They're in this movie. And to me, that means we're in current year when we are the idea is that Fox has come to us and they said, Toriyama is dead. So now we can finally make Evolution 2. Ioku said, go ahead.
Justin Chatwin, Jamie, and Emmy are on board today. They want to make a sequel.
Ioku, we're not adapting Moro and Super. Let's make Evolution 2, baby. Let's do it. Okay, so that's what we're doing. But in current year, so let's say this is 2025, so this would probably come out 2027, 2028, depending on this movie will get rewrites, but that's someone else's job. No, it base draft.
This is the final draft.
We're getting the ball rolling, baby.
We can't ignore any of the lore from the first movie, but we can retcon around it if we have to. So the stuff about Piccolo coming with Ozaru, his henchman or whatever, 2,000 years ago, that still happened.
I love that.
We can write around it if we have to, but that's still the lore. We can't outright like try to make this a bad movie in the same spirit of the first one, in which you don't like. Were they actively making a bad movie, or did they really think they were trying? It's a real
The Room situation.
So we have to try to make a good movie. We have to try to like steer this back into being a proper adaptation, or however we want to go about it. And we're greenlit.
Yeah.
Ioku said, guys, 2 movies. We're going to build out the Dragon Ball Evolution trilogy.
We got that budget.
Yeah. Watch out, Avatar. We're coming for number 1. All right. And so there are going to be 2 more movies shot at the same time. So we have to plan out what these 2 movies are going to cover. Today we'll just be talking about movie 2, but we will be talking ahead about movie 3 because we're going to be setting up for the final
setting
movie.
Up. Okay.
Right. Assuming, who knows, movie 3 might make so much money that we get a 4th one. We'll find out.
Whoa, calm down there, man. Jeez.
Yeah, don't count your chickens before they hatch.
So what was this lore that we can't ignore, Randy?
Oh, well, there's some very specific things, as we all know, that in a time before many can remember, and so it has remained for thousands of years, whatever that means. So 2,000 years ago, the warlord Piccolo of the Namekian race.
No, Namek.
Ken, you wrote Namek.
That's the way it is in the movie.
Okay.
The Nameks.
Sure.
The Nameks.
I don't think that's outright change. That's just kind of let's just, whatever. Okay. Of the Namek race and his disciple Ozaru traveled from beyond the stars and attacked Earth. Piccolo was sealed away by 7 mystics, casting the Mafuba, and Ozaru disappeared. The blood moon eclipse will bring forth the Ozaru. 18 years ago, Goku arrived by meteor and was found by Gohan, sorry.
Yeah, Gohan.
And
put some disrespect on his name.
Yeah, thank you. Then we have the Toy-San tournament. So Ken, you looked up some stuff about this. What this is a place?
Yeah, so if you watch the movie, when they're fighting in this Toy-San tournament, on the ground there's some kanji, and I went through and Jisho searched, say that 5 times fast. Jisho searched those kanji, and it is actually the kanji for Toy-San, which is an actual place in China. So presumably this is the tournament named after the place where it's happening.
And just because we don't all know the tournaments like you do, like which ones, this is the one where Chi-Chi, where Goku randomly finds Chi-Chi in the middle of this desert.
Yeah, so
talking about
after Goku fights the Fulum, which you don't even really see, you see more of Goku like thrusting their bodies into the lava than you see them fighting.
It's like Fulham. Is that Fuller's dad? What do you mean?
After this, then Roshi says like, oh, we have to go to Toy-San because we need more warriors or something. And so then they go to this tournament where Chi-Chi's fighting. She's fighting Mai, I think. They
don't recruit any warriors too. Okay.
Chi-Chi kind of, but yeah, they don't.
She doesn't join the actual fight, but she's just kind of like, thumbs up. Wait, you go, guys.
Yeah. And the only character with a character arc in this movie is Goku, Randy, unless I'm wrong and I missed the deep Mai characterization in this film.
Yamcha helps kind of and goes from being a total bandit to he does one thing.
They nail it, just like in original Dragon Ball.
He goes from wanting money to wanting money a different way.
Right.
Because he's originally going to steal money from Goku, Bulma, and Roshi, and then he's talked into getting a third of all the profits that Bulma is going to bring in by making her perfect wish to the dragon. When they keep saying one perfect wish.
I forgot about the
one
perfect
wish.
Thing.
And I just...
Who let this happen?
Awful movie. Awful movie.
Yeah. They were building towards the Cell arc eventually when he becomes perfect, and then he gets the Dragon Balls, and he makes the perfect wish.
I mean, it's clear they thought they were going to get a sequel. Because there is, at the very end of this movie, post-credits sequence. And we weren't really deep in post-credits territory yet, but this is post-Iron Man, in which audiences were starting to expect that kind of thing.
Right.
So that's what we get.
Boy, did they deliver.
Yeah. We get Goku, Piccolo in bed.
I just wish we had like a yearly celebration where we could just like, where the people who made up the idea to make this movie, like, were just like paraded around the streets and we could all laugh at them, or something, or flawed, just they deserve something like that every year. I don't understand why we don't know who's responsible for this besides a company,
Goku's character arc is that he has to have faith in himself. And I guess he gets it because he says he has faith in himself.
Because he's horny.
After he becomes Ozaru out of nowhere. And Piccolo's like, oh yeah, here's the blood moon. And then Goku transforms. And then he somehow gets control of himself. Randy, you just watched it. I watched it this weekend.
Right.
And the memories are already dripping away from me. I don't know how he regains his composure.
Is it Roshi getting killed?
Roshi's dead, yeah.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
that's
I
not
think
a
it's just kind of, looking at his body and thinking about it. And then he's just kind of
he thinks about Grandpa Gohan, doesn't he? Or is that as he's transforming?
Yeah, there's also that. Yeah.
A little girl named Pan shows up and was like, Grandpa.
Yeah, let's just stuff even more into this.
Yeah, no, let's not do that. He just gains control of it. That's fine.
I want
And
to
then
see
he's
Justin
like,
Chao win Super Saiyan 4. That's my end game for this entire rewrite.
he says I must be 2, and then his eyes turn to the red Ozaru eyes, but then the next shot they're not that anymore. Because I was like, oh, is this going to be like a thing where now he has those eyes from now on? But no, just one quick little scene, one quick shot. That's all we had of that.
So ever since we came up with this cursed idea of an episode, I've been thinking a lot about where these two movies would go and what we would cover. And initially, I'm like, well, obviously, you just cram Saiyan and Frieza into one movie, and then do Cell as the third one. And no, I don't think so.
That's not what I was thinking.
I think you do 2. What I would do is do 2 as the Saiyan arc, and do 3 as Namek.
Right, you tease the
And
Frieza thing.
We
at
end
the
with
end
Super
of the credit
Saiyan.
scene.
Yeah. Randy, what was your idea?
Well, my idea was that our second movie here is actually 23rd Budokai. And I had just some ideas there. I figured the second movie is going to be, introduce the other Saiyans and things like that. And then tease, what would come later. And then the fourth one would be Frieza, obviously, because this is going to be such a huge success after what we've done. So I have faith in us. That's why I didn't think that it's going to end at Super Saiyan for us. That's why. And, seeing this movie and seeing the very end of it, I was like, oh, I know exactly how I want this next movie to start. So I have a pitch if we're ready to do for that.
Whoa.
And you guys can either veto it or roll with it. And I'm not sure how it's going to play into what you guys
want
have
it
to say.
tattooed on the back of my head.
Well, you
I haven't heard it yet. I just know. I trust you.
Okay. Are you ready for this, Ken? Does this work? All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So if you don't remember, the very last shot before the post-credit scene is Goku and Chi-Chi going to have a fight. And they leap at each other, and Goku's punching, and she's kicking. We start movie 2 with them going in to fight, and Chi-Chi makes the hit. Hits him straight in the head. He falls down, hurts
That'd
himself.
be funny.
Doesn't remember anything. He's a new guy.
Oh,
He's just
my
a new
God.
Goku. He's dumb.
I immediately
He's not. He's not horny.
Tattoo
He's
artist,
just-
thank you. Go back.
He's just the Goku we know and love. Still played by Justin Chatwin.
Yeah,
But,
of course.
just to rewrite his character. And then it'll be good because now my ideas for Piccolo is that he also, this is the one that we saw is not old Piccolo. This is the new one, but he doesn't remember what happened before. So now we have both people who don't remember their pasts.
Do I hate you or love you?
We can kiss and find out. Anyway, that was just the jumping off point to get us to the 23rd, where then we are going to still do Goku versus Piccolo, but we've got a new Piccolo, we've got a new Goku, but played by the same actors. So
How about in the same vein, we do Freaky Friday style and have Piccolo and Goku switch bodies?
oh no,
And
I
that
don't like
way-
this. That goes too far.
Who's the disciple now?
So I was thinking about that as well, but I think we just did Goku versus Piccolo. That was what the movie 1 was about.
Right.
And so, but it's interesting you bring up the 23rd tournament because that's how I would imagine the movie opening. And we would have sweeping time skips here. And the downside to that is that if we're going to, I think I wrote down a list of characters that do we bring them into the story or do we not? Can we probably go ahead and say Puar and Oolong wouldn't be in these movies? Yeah. I think we could hint at them,
No
but
animal
we won't.
creatures.
We don't need that. We've already had the shapeshifter with Mai. We don't really like. Maybe someone's got a pet cat and someone has a pig or something. Just nods
At
to
best,
them.
we'll get that.
But we have to address Kuririn, or as he would probably be called in this movie, Krillin.
It's true.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we're at this tournament and then we see him and Roshi can be like, oh yeah, he came by and I trained him for a bit and then he left to go do his own thing. So he is a previous disciple of mine.
Right.
Who ran off and decided to do his own thing.
Yeah, he left right before all this Blood Moon business. He was on his way. So in my head, it was we start with the movie, and Piccolo's not even here. We leave Piccolo, we push Piccolo out for a little while. Piccolo's in the movie, obviously, but we'll get to him later. But the movie starts at the finals of this tournament, and it is Goku versus Krillin.
Oh,
and
Okay.
over the course of the battle, we are, and this would be like 5 years after the end of the first movie.
Okay.
sure.
And so through this battle, we have to very quickly express the relationship between these two guys and this like burgeoning friendship that's happening in battle with them. Because these are like best friends and we have to hurry up and develop them.
I can see that. They're already best friends at the beginning of the movie. We're just like kind of getting the idea that they met off screen.
No. I mean, they really will, like what Randy said, is that Roshi's like, oh yeah, I trained that guy before. And then Goku and Krillin are meeting the first time at this tournament.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, this tournament takes place maybe over the course of a couple of days. You know, maybe they have like that rainstorm and stuff that happened on the 21st. And like they could meet like at a restaurant or something. And then like they take down some thug or whatever together. And they're like, oh, you know what? You're not so bad. And then
I think I have my businessman hat on too tight. Like I'm still thinking like, guys, we need to get to the real stuff here, really quick. What do people want to come to the theaters for? The next big villain after Frieza is obviously after Piccolo is Frieza. So I think we have to skip a lot of stuff and like kind of make things off screen knowledge. Well, that's why I'm thinking like already have Krillin being like best friends with our Goku character, but then like do a good job of like showing how like, oh, they've been friends for a long time. But I also like to still include Piccolo because he is out there, right? I like to think Piccolo is like a mastermind kind of behind the scenes type thing, throwing warriors at them. But you don't really know it's Piccolo until like the very end. Like that's the reveal, and then it's like, and then him and Frieza are going to team up somehow. Like we're not going to follow the same story of Dragon Ball, but like Piccolo and Frieza somehow team up for movie 3. Is that my kind of general area? Just my wild like, we need to get these new recognizable characters on screen quick.
Okay, so then what if we do like Kai style and we open up the movie with Frieza?
Right,
Being like,
right,
yeah.
okay.
We gave you some kind of like BS lore the last movie. Now let's retcon around that.
Or the Piccolo Frieza team up could still be the thing, like where Piccolo like talks to Frieza like, hey, I have these Dragon Balls I know about. Let's team up and do this thing kind of thing. But secretly they're going against each other.
See, what I think makes Piccolo's motivation in the original story so rich is that he's only teaming up with Goku to defeat Raditz because he still wants to take over the Earth. He's like, this guy's in my way of taking over, so I'm going to team up with my natural enemy so that we get Raditz out of the way and then I take things over. Because I think why I'm hesitant to make Piccolo the bad guy all the way through is that Piccolo's like most endearing thing is that he has his face turn. And I think that's central to his character.
Yeah, so maybe rather than jumping straight to Frieza, you know, we have like a short, you know, I'm thinking for the course of the film, 20 minutes, where we're going to do the tournament where we can introduce Krillin. They become friends. They work through some stuff. Tournament's happening. Something comes out of this guy. Guess what? It's Raditz. And this is when Piccolo can rear his head and be like, well, hold on. I was just trying to get my strength back and I was just ready to enact vengeance and take over the planet, and now some other dude's showing up. And then he gets, you know, his butt kicked, and he's like, I'm going to need some help on this. Well, Goku beat me last time.
But that's already so close and good to the original story. That's not what I'm thinking of for a Dragon Ball Evolution sequel. I'm like, you're just picking names out of a hat as a producer of like what you know, what you think you know about Dragon Ball, and then putting them in a bag and shaking it up and then pulling things out as you go. That's why I'm thinking like, we don't have to follow any kind of certain order of how the original story goes. Screw that. But let's still make a good movie, but just like borrow names and elements and then make a good story. You know what I mean?
I love that we're coming at this from such different like start points, because I think Randy and I are like, how do we take what Evolution started and pull it back in the direction.
You're
of
trying
the
to
original.
fix it. I'm just like, no, keep the spirit of the dumbness alive, but just kind of make it more bearable and like an enjoyable story as opposed to, because why like everyone says, why make a live action adaptation of something that's already amazing as an animated form? Let's take the dumbness and make it good by making it different.
Well, there's got to be some sort of happy medium we can come to here,
Sure, yeah.
for the three of us. So I think that, like you said, Doug, we want to make this a good movie. And I think that we need to really develop some characters here, because I think that's something that lacked in the first movie. And let's take Goku and Krillin actually meeting and
Krillin's absence was so obvious and like such a big talking point in the original. How much of a cool term would it be to just like start the movie off as like they're already there? They're already mid battle at a spar, not even like at a tournament. Just like they're already just friends hanging out. We don't even address it. We just like continue the movie, and boom, we don't have to waste half the movie with doing the friendship Krillin thing that we messed up in the first movie. You know what I'm saying?
well, that would make it enjoyable, is being able to develop these characters so that we as an audience can connect with something.
But we already know. We already know that they're best friends through the
not these two
Mindgeist of the story of Dragon Ball. We don't need to do all that. That's what I'm just trying to say.
Before we get too much deeper in, let me just big picture give you where I'm thinking about this from. Is that
sure?
Movie 2 in total would be like the first 20 minutes of like the tournament, or whatever. Maybe we have like a Frieza and Bardock history of the Saiyans and how Namek ties into all that, like the first 2 minutes, 20 minutes.
Detecting the events that happened in the first one, like, oh, there's this big, Promethean energy signature that we saw.
There you go.
And like,
now you're thinking
DBE.
catchy.
So we have this, however we're going to like do the Frieza setup. And then we have this little bit of 5 years later at this tournament, whatever we're doing with Krillin to get that to work. And then Avengers style 10 years later.
Whoa.
yeah.
Because we need Gohan.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think
that's the thing, right? We need to get to the Z aspect quick.
Right.
We're gonna lose audience members.
And I think having like that 5 years to be like, let's introduce Krillin. Then we jump 10 years. And that gives us so much distance from the original movie to imply a lot of change in these characters, where we can say like, this idiot Yamcha started doing martial arts and he will somehow be relevant in this movie. We'll figure it out.
I'll follow you guys down this path, but I don't want to. Like we're separating too much from what's the whole point of making a Dragon Ball Evolution sequel if we're just gonna like distance ourselves too much and fix too much of it. I wanted to keep the cheese, keep the stupidity, the ham like together, but I'll follow you guys down this path.
I think that we can. I think that we can keep the stupidity and keep the cheese, but it's just the larger plot beats are going to be somewhat close, but with a different spin on it.
Yeah. And then, so movie 2 would go up through the fight with Vegeta, who casting Xavier Woods,
Xavier, who's that?
wrestler, who famously came out in Frieza armor. Him and his group. I don't remember what they're called. New Day, I think.
No, yeah, I've seen it. I think on Funhouse before.
I would cast him as Vegeta. That's just kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Now, age-wise, he is younger than Justin Chatwin, but you can kind of fake it. You could fake that kind of stuff.
Not by much.
But he is a little bit shorter by 3 centimeters, according to Google. So even though he's 6 foot tall, he's 3 centimeters shorter than Justin Chatwin.
He's Justin Chatwin that tall? He's got short boy energy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Go ahead, Justin Chatwin.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Keep up the good work, being short.
Emmy Rossa must be like 6'5" then. Jeez.
Oh, yeah. Well, with those boots. But
Step on me, mommy.
Then movie 3 would be Frieza. And a lot of the reason why I want this is I want to keep Goku's arc of coming to terms with himself. And we've got, so if movie 1 was about him and this Ozaru thing, then movie 2 is about him meeting others like him, right? And having to come to terms with that. And then movie 3 is this, like with what happens with, when Vegeta dies and Goku takes the pride of the Saiyans onto himself, then it's like a full acceptance, full circle of everything about himself, and you get Super Saiyan versus Frieza. So that's just in my head how I was mapping this out in the shower.
That is that. Yeah, in the shower. That is how you do it, though, right? Because at the end of movie 2, you got to tease because everyone wants Super Saiyan, right? So that's like we know you want it. We're gonna dangle it in front of you, but you're not gonna get that in movie 2. But you will get a teaser for that at the end post credit scene, like Frieza's coming, which we all know Frieza associated with Super Saiyan. So that's how you tie that in. That's great.
We can talk about it in the second movie, but we won't ever see it until the third.
I think we need to do like a Shadow Sonic the Hedgehog 3 thing where we don't even mention Shadow until the post credit scene. That then it gets people amped up to go watch movie 3. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. See what you're saying.
See what I'm saying?
And they'll actually say the word Saiyan in this movie, and they'll say the word Kakarot in this movie, which are both totally absent from the first one.
What if in the entire movie they pronounce it correctly as Saiyan?
Yes, because if we're using...
That would fall in line with how,
because it was such a jumble of like dub terminology and strangely pulling from the Japanese.
Mafuba and everything,
one. Yeah. So we'll do that in the second one. We'll have Krillin and then we'll have Saiyan.
Yeah.
I like it. I like how this works out.
So we want to keep some of the spirit of the original movie for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, definitely.
All right. So refresh me. We had this tournament where we're going to introduce Krillin. Are we going to introduce anybody else there?
I was going to say just Krillin. That seems kind of wasteful. Ten Shinhan.
I have ideas for Ten Shinhan and Chaozu as a mirror. Maybe I thought about this too much.
Easy.
I don't want to steer the whole thing.
How long was this shout?
that Ken Sai was like, I've been thinking about this for weeks.
I don't want to take control of this whole thing. But to me, I would use Ten Shinhan and Chaozu as kind of a mirror to Piccolo and Gohan. And we would rework Ten Shinhan and Chaozu's relationship. But they are these two guys training together who Piccolo and Gohan perhaps encounter. Assuming that we're doing like the Piccolo trains Gohan story.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like replacing them as characters. Like, no, you still want Piccolo and Gohan in the movie too, but it is the mirror, like their butt heads, I guess, kind of thing. Because I was wondering as we're like saying who else we introduce. I'm like, we don't need to introduce characters that aren't going to sufficiently work with the story. Like if we can pluck them out, we don't need some characters, just for this movie version of the thing. But yeah,
like maybe we can see Chi-Chi's father, and he's like 8 feet tall and 900 pounds.
But that's
and then
it.
You just kind of like put it together who that guy is. But we don't need to involve the Ox King or they'll call him Gyumeo. Gyumeo, we don't have to involve him in the story.
We'll call him Gyumeo.
Gyumeo,
they'll call him Gyumeo King.
Yeah.
Muten.
Just a thing that I had just thought about, because I was like, okay, just going back through, this is going to be like 5 years after the last one. Is Gohan there? Maybe he is a baby, and then there'll be another time skip between 2 and 3, so then he'll actually be like, an older child or something.
So with the original series, you can buy Gohan being so young because it's a manga, it's a cartoon. We can't have a 4-year-old, 5-year-old actor fighting Xavier Woods.
Yeah, he's either got to be 12 or a baby.
That's what I was thinking. Just put him at about 10. Like you say 10 years later, and so then we just assume Gohan's 10, 9. Okay. And then you can cast a kid. You can probably push up to 11. It's okay because you don't have to set Namek 30 days after Saiyan. We could say this is a couple years later so that when he hits puberty, it's okay. Maybe the Yamcha and all the others have just been dead a really long time. You can let that go.
Yeah.
But so I think setting the bulk of movie 2 15 years later after Evolution. So we have like this tournament where we're establishing Krillin. And I think because we're going to be asking so much of the audience to believe this relationship between Goku and Krillin, it has to only be Krillin in that part, that we're like a new character. And then 10 years later so that we can have an actual child who can act playing Gohan.
I feel like that's a lot. That'd be like a 4-hour movie.
Well, if you think about the meat of the Saiyan arc, it's not that much going on. I think we talked about this when we were reviewing Granola, is that the Saiyan arc is just Raditz comes, Goku dies, everyone trains for a year, and then Vegeta and Nappa arrive.
So what if we compress this, and rather than doing all of that, we skip Raditz, and we're just going to go, because,
I was thinking that too.
was an hour 25. We can do the tournament, and then we're going to skip ahead. We have, instead of Raditz, we've got Nappa and Vegeta. And rather than, we can have Goku, instead of die, to do that to go train with Kaio, maybe Kami is replaced with Kaio or something like that. Or Kami teaches him the Kaioken. Who cares? We'll call it the Kami-Ken. And, just that way we don't have to go through that whole thing. Like, okay, he's dead, and we got to wait, and we got to wish him back. And
I agree. I mean, the magic of having this live-action movie and how sloppy the first one is that we can make it sloppy with this one by not even including Goku dying at all by Raditz's hand, or by Piccolo and Raditz's hands. Like, we can just pluck out Kaio entirely. Like, let's not kid ourselves. We're not being like one-to-one faithful with this Dragon Ball story. We can take out loved characters like Kaio-sama and just have, once Vegeta and Nappa show up, that's the first initial reveal of Saiyans there, and from there the Vegeta arc happens. We don't need the intro stuff, really.
Okay. So the reason why I think Kami then still needs to be explained is we have to remember Piccolo dying is the reason they have to go to Namek. Because Piccolo dying kills Kami, deactivates the Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
So we do have, unless you have a different lot, remember, we do have to still try to make a good movie. That's one of the rules I impose on you guys.
But is Piccolo in this set of movies destined to the Dragon Balls as he is in the original story? I forget.
Well, he's not, because nothing here is really tied together. What we could do is we had those 7 mystics who, used the Mafuba to seal Piccolo. What if it wasn't just that? What if we also been like, also, they, took out the good side of him, and now he's off going doing something, and then we can also explain whatever, like they actually are tied to the Dragon Balls. So that way we can go on this whole thing to go find him.
When they were trying to seal him, this spell can only be used to seal evil. So any part of him that was not evil had to be expelled. And then it's a reverse of Kami expelling Piccolo, but Piccolo expelling Kami.
Right.
We're on to something,
this.
guys. Hold on.
I think we are.
But hold on. Do we need Kami? Can it just be Piccolo Daimao and the Piccolo we know in
I think they're the same Piccolo. I think we don't even having to break out Piccolo dying and reincarnating himself. To me, seems like just an unnecessary story step.
No. I'm saying
Kaio,
but I'm saying the Piccolo that is in Dragon Ball Evolution is Piccolo Daimao. But then like you're saying, the dispelled good energy. There's a good Piccolo out there in the world just doing good stuff. But then he comes back to our planet, and now there's the 2 Piccolos. I guess does one of them have to die? Now I'm thinking too wild out of left field. I don't know.
I was thinking good Piccolo, who is just going to be Kami, and then we have Piccolo Daimao. Piccolo Daimao survived this fight against Goku in this first one, and then we're going to go through some stuff eventually where like the bad one actually learns to become good. We don't have this whole now there's a second Piccolo to Piccolo Jr.
He's just our Piccolo proper.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
father and son, just the same character.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, I know you guys just threw Raditz out, but do we keep Raditz and just move him and have him arrive with Nappa and Vegeta? Because then that gives a deeper connection to the situation for Goku.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see no issue with that at all, because then, you just get it all the way there. They're all there, and then Raditz could be the first, mini boss you fight before you get to the real bosses of Nappa and Vegeta.
So you separate out the Cybermen. You don't have them.
Yeah.
You have they fight Raditz instead. And here, Raditz wipes out, well, does he? Okay, so let's walk back to Saiyan arc, right?
Sure.
The 1 year training is such a big part of that story. And if we don't have something happen before that 1 year, then what is this movie? What is the bulk of this movie?
Well,
sure.
The transportation isn't that easy. So you can make transportation the hard thing. Just have Vegeta and Nappa and all the Saiyans on the other side of the world, and our heroes are trying to get to them.
We haven't figured out flight. We don't have a Kintoon, so moving large ways across the world is going to be difficult. We could have it where beating Raditz is by a skin of their teeth sort of thing. So then Goku goes on a journey to find this great master, which turns out to be Kami, but he's on the other side of the world, so he's going to be further away from where everything's going to be going down.
Same aspect. You did the whole Avatar thing again, where it's Aang going from master to master, learning different airbending techniques to then fight the Fire King, the Vegeta kind of thing.
Okay.
Like they're on their way there, but they're like meeting different people along the way that gets him stronger.
So Raditz, Vegeta, and Nappa were all heading towards Earth. Just Raditz was ahead of them.
Sure. Yes.
That where we're at. Like they were already
scout.
coming.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe Vegeta and Nappa had to stop and report something to Frieza in person.
Yes.
So that way we can introduce.
Yes. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's great.
Some kind soul will take this episode and write out a script based on our discussion here.
It's called AI. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's have a human soul do this.
Please. Yes.
Yeah. So yes, that's perfect. They just conquered some planet and they're headed for Earth next because they know Goku is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have to explain Ozaru at some point, but they know Goku is there and they're headed there next. So Raditz scouts out first while Vegeta and Nappa go back to Frieza.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then that gives us some time to work with of this training period. And maybe we're not killing Goku off, but why are we having Piccolo take Gohan?
Oh, he's not dead, but he's just like I said, this is a skin of their teeth thing. He's barely alive, and they're like, okay, we know this old master with healing powers. And he's also like a great martial artist, so they got to take him to Kami. I'm just thinking like, okay, we got to get him to somewhere where he's going to like learn something or gain some sort of new technique or whatever, but keep him out of commission and keep him somewhere else where everybody isn't going to be. I don't know. But if you have other ideas, we can throw that one out. I'm not against that.
I mean, I just think that stomaching Goku letting Piccolo take Gohan is going to be a wild take for the audience. Unless Goku's dead and he doesn't have a say. Like, the only reason they let Piccolo take Gohan in the manga is because who was going to stand up against Piccolo at that point?
Right. I guess in this movie, you'd have to make Piccolo have a face turn and like be a good Piccolo at this point already, and just like.
I mean, so I think we would have him fight alongside Goku against Raditz here. I think we need to go ahead and just copy that beat. Those two against Raditz. Maybe you include Nappa, or not Nappa, Krillin and Yamcha in this part. Maybe Yamcha also dies, or if we're killing anyone.
Yeah.
We have to kill Yamcha.
Well, if we kill, let's say we kill Goku off, right? And we kill Yamcha, because then Goku has someone to go on a afterlife journey with. So he's not just by himself.
Yeah.
True. Let's table that for a sec.
Okay.
I want to talk more about like how let's go back to how do we get Piccolo to get Gohan and for everybody to not be freaked out about this entire thing.
Well,
I mean, obviously you'd be a little freaked.
I think killing Goku off would hinder that too much because then he has to do the whole Kaio thing. What if Goku is still there with Piccolo and like, hey, I need to train with you because there are more stronger guys coming. So now it's the three of them, Goku, Piccolo, and Gohan. That's how you incorporate Gohan in there because the dad is already there watching him too.
I think we have to have Piccolo show some bit of good before Goku is like, I guess we'll train together, or
that's what
something
the 10 years, right, that have given us of like time apart. It's just like Piccolo's chilled out, like he's not really that bad. He's not doing anything bad right now, so that's why.
We could have it where they all are struggling against Raditz. Piccolo hasn't even shown up yet, and then at the very moment, like before Raditz is about to kill Goku, bam! Just out of nowhere, Piccolo shows up, takes out Raditz, and it's like, oh, okay. And it's, like, okay, well, he did save Goku, so, like, I guess maybe he might be good, but also, of course, he wants to take things over, but
I don't know. I just don't think we need that bit of him showing good. I just think as the characters are like, he's actually working at a rainforest sanctuary with Mai, or that Asian woman that recovers him at the end. He's like turned over a new leaf, and he's like chill, but secretly in the background, he's actually is a bad guy. And he needs one of the Saiyan spaceships to get into space to then go back to other worlds and stuff.
Doug, I have an idea. Mm-hmm. He lost to Goku in the first one. He does have amnesia. So now he is kind of a good guy. Like, he's chilling with this chick.
Yeah.
Learning some good things. And then we're working together. We're going to take out Raditz. But he's like, something is a little off. And he, like, learns some lore or whatever. Raditz drops something. It all comes flashing back. He remembers who he was. And he's very evil. But that doesn't erase his current experiences that he just had. So now he's got this war between himself of like who he was and who he is now.
And he doesn't even remember who he is until, say, Raditz turns into Nazaru. That's when he like Nazaru just comes out. Whoa, wait a second, what? Yeah, you know
I've
what I mean?
seen this before.
Yeah. Because otherwise, we're negating the entire post-credit scene. That was a huge thing of Piccolo just waking up next to this woman. Like, what was the point? That was such a dumb, like, what is that? We can change that. We can work that into the story. And like, yeah, he's amnesia, and he's around a nice woman who's obviously care for him.
We do this whole thing where he's realized who he is, but he's not going to let on to Goku and them like, oh, I'm an evil guy. You can't watch out for this. But he's like, Gohan's here. He can turn into Ozaru. I'm not going to waste my time with Goku again. I'm going to take this kid and I'm going to mold him to be the perfect Ozaru for me. But his experiences of being nice over these past few years is like, okay, maybe I'm slowly turning back.
Goku's already shown that he can't be my disciple anymore. He has his own free will. But this young kid, I can make him my disciple. That's why he does it. Yes, that's I like that.
And that's why he's trustworthy to Goku. And then they're like, he's not the same guy anymore, guys. Don't worry. He's good now.
Yeah, he's shown. He's got his Blue Cross, he's out there doing good stuff for the world. He's cleaning up rainforest.
Red Cross, I think.
Red Cross, sorry, yeah. Blue Cross is my insurance company. Thank you, guys.
Oh, there you go.
So we've got... okay, let's kind of walk back through the story now. So tournament, where we meet Krillin, 10 years later. Raditz shows up. Piccolo's got amnesia, but he doesn't show up till the end of the battle.
No,
let's scrap that.
Probably show the amnesia thing when we introduce Krillin too. Like it's the Krillin, and then we see Piccolo like what's going on, and then 10 years later, you see Piccolo's doing good stuff, like decent stuff in the world, and the rest of the story.
Right? Yeah, we don't have him come in and save people from Raditz. He's good now already because of the amnesia, doing his good thing, saving the rainforest, doing whatever. And he kind of joins their side. They're like, oh, you know what? You're strong, because we know that. And also, you're good now.
Yeah. Like, I don't think Piccolo would go seek out, like, Goku and all of them. I think it's just when Raditz arrives, he'd be like, I sense something really something bad's happening over there, and I have the power to stop it. Like, he has his self-righteousness about him. And that's when they meet up with Goku again for the longest time. Like, hey, whoa, what's going on? You're bad or whatever. And it's like, what do you mean? No, we're chill.
Maybe he watches the tournament on TV, and he's like, hey, you know what?
Yeah. Like
cool.
Piccolo could be the aware one of like what's going on in the world and who everyone is, but it's like Goku doesn't know. Like, oh, Piccolo, you've been doing all this good stuff. I don't know. That maybe some other way around. I don't know, but I'd like the fact that one of them doesn't know about each other.
But then we have the whole, okay, what are we gonna do with Raditz? Like, because we have to have something happen to Goku, and Piccolo's gonna be there. He's good, except for now he's starting to learn. But anyway. How do we have him defeat Raditz and all of this? Is it just a really tough fight? And, Goku takes the brunt of it. Piccolo puts in the finisher.
The Makanko Sappo is just such an iconic thing.
Right.
In the world, you have to include that. That's one of those out of a hat thing you pull out. Like, we got to include this because people love that.
We do the Goku holding Raditz thing. Makanko Sappo, he's going to sacrifice. But then we mix some things together. So he has Sushinshu in his gi, right where the blast is going to hit. So it injures him pretty bad.
But not dead. That's interesting. That's pretty interesting. I like that.
He's out of commission. And we have a reference to another thing in Dragon Ball.
But then Piccolo's got to do the Makanko Sappo with like two fingers like this and then just like that. Just so it's still Dragon Ball Evolution we're talking about here.
Right.
Close, but not yet. Not fully there. Not understanding what the technique looks like.
Do we shatter the Dragon Ball?
Oh, we could. That'd be the reason for them to have to go to Namek.
Ooh, that could be good. So then Piccolo sticks around. Because I don't know. I kind of really think that if anything, we're also going to keep, it should be Piccolo's sacrifice.
Yeah, I think we're getting.
I don't think so.
I think we're getting out of control with how we're treating Piccolo in this movie.
That's fair.
Look what they did to Piccolo in the Evolution. That's why we have to work with that.
Well, we can steer it back. And yes, at the end of that movie, in that post-credits, all we're seeing Piccolo do is wake up and turn over.
Just look at her. Yeah. So that could mean so many things.
It's a morning grog. You know how it is when you first wake up. You don't know what's what. Mm-hmm. I think his evil turn away from evil being influenced by Gohan needs to be heart of the film and his character arc here. And we have to keep his sacrifice as well. But this will prevent us from having to answer is Piccolo connected to the Dragon Balls if we just outright destroy them? And the only way, and it'd be ironic for the audience of Piccolo being the one to have done it, even though it's not really important here. And then so that was set up for, yes, maybe in the Dragon Ball Evolution universe, the only thing to repair the Dragon Balls is on Namek.
Interesting.
Where there also happens to be another set of Dragon Balls, which would get brought up at some point in this movie.
Right. I'm just wondering, do we need the Gohan-Piccolo relationship at all with these movies? Because that doesn't have ties on. I think if we do, we're just thinking long term. We're thinking 4 movies. What if we just think with like 3 movies, it ends at Super Saiyan being the climactic thing. We don't really need the Gohan Piccolo. It didn't service too much. It does some stuff, but not enough for a huge story.
Okay, so what's Gohan's character arc? And you like,
he doesn't
what's
need
his
one.
character arc in the original series?
He could just be there for these movies. He doesn't need to have an arc.
Well, I think he needs to be pretty central.
Okay.
Why?
He's a main character. He's the whole reason.
Yeah, but this is Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yes, but we still have to try to make a good movie.
Right. That's yeah, okay.
I'm thinking,
yeah.
What if, because we still want to keep this to be standard feature length, hour 30, maybe hour 45, 2 hours I think is pushing it, because we're going to have another movie coming after this. And thinking about how we're going to break this up into blocks, so we have the 20 minutes with the tournament and Krillin to establish that relationship. But I think that maybe like the next 40 is going to be the whole Piccolo, Goku, Raditz thing. Because then we'll do the next half hour, 45 minutes or whatever, be Gohan and Piccolo's relationship, dealing with, maybe we excise Nappa, get rid of him, and we'll just have Raditz and Vegeta. So we have Goku's Nappa, brother, and we have Vegeta. So then we have Gohan and Piccolo's development. Goku is out of the picture for a lot of this, other than like maybe that tournament thing. Maybe Raditz takes out Goku. No, because we're going to do the Makanko Sappo to take him out. Just because Goku has already had a character arc, and this one, the focus should be Gohan and Piccolo. So,
and then we would jump back in the third movie is when we jump back in with Goku's character arc.
Well, Goku's going to come back to take out Vegeta at the end of this movie. I think we can have him just being the superhero.
So we're saying Goku's going to come back. So where have we settled on where Goku is?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he should die. I don't think he should die in these movies.
No, I don't think he's dead. I just think he's out of commission somewhere. But if you want him to just stick around,
what if Kami just like astral projects and takes Goku away, saying like, Goku, against your will, you're coming with me to train. And then Gohan's left with Piccolo, and we can just sidestep the whole thing. So Goku is still going through the same thing as if he had died. But now Kami just kind of steps in and just Kami using his god powers, and we can be as vague or as specific with that as we want.
Right.
He comes in, just takes Goku, and gets out of there.
And then Goku can't leave? Isn't that like a really cruel god to do that to... What about my son? Because remember, this Goku's a regular dude. He's not like, yeah, Waku Waku. He's like, no, like...
Well, this is Goku 15 years later. So we can really kind of recharacterize to a point these characters. Like, we haven't even talked about this Goku being horny at all. And we haven't even talked about Chi-Chi or Bulma yet, who we do have to get to at some point.
That's what I'm afraid you guys are pulling away from. Like, we need to keep the original evolution in mind. That's what I'm saying. Goku doesn't die. Piccolo, Gohan, and Goku are training during this Vegeta aspect kind of thing, and because Piccolo has amnesia and is just like turn over a new leaf, so we think, and is chill.
I'm not sold on the amnesia thing. I think he needs to be his current self.
I love it. It's stupidly enough. It sets up like didn't another character have amnesia in the series, or am I thinking of another series?
Yeah, I like the amnesia thing.
Yeah, me too.
Then how do we work the Kami stuff in? Do we have Goku die, or is he just training with Gohan and Piccolo because now Piccolo's trustworthy?
So, like, let's say, okay, we don't have to adhere to the original, but characters do need to have character arcs because that is part of making a good movie. So if we are trying... I swear to God, I'm going to reach through the screen. In trying to make a good movie, we do have to give these characters character arcs to go through. So we have to figure out what those are for each of our like central characters, and then we have to decide who our central characters are. So maybe Yamcha doesn't need an arc. Where's Krillin in all of this, or is Krillin just in service to Goku? Would you say your main three are Goku, Piccolo, and Gohan?
Oh yeah, because that is the Krillin of it all, right? We can't just introduce him in the first 20 minutes and then do nothing with him for the rest of the movie. Like has to serve a purpose. So yeah, we haven't been including Krillin in this at all.
If I'm the president of Fox, if I'm Iyoku's boss, I'm saying my editorial mandate is you have to put Krillin in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And how would you do that?
Yeah, I was just trying to think maybe we just write him out and we instead, rely on this whole...
We could, as Evolution, we could just pretend Krillin never existed in this whole universe.
Because they didn't know each other as kids.
Let's think ahead to the third movie.
Piccolo could consume the character of Krillin and Piccolo at once.
So form this bond.
So what's the Super Saiyan trigger in the third movie?
Frieza kills Piccolo.
No, we're not dropping Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi is going to be along for the ride. She's going to help them fight. She's going with them to Namek. She gets killed.
She's the strongest fighter in Evolution already, right?
I don't know what Ken's reaction, if he's like staring over the distance like this is the dumbest thing ever, or...
I'm looking for my copy of...
Dragon Ball Evolution? I got you.
When Kyle Rayner's girlfriend gets fridged.
Oh, yeah.
So we can't fridge Chi-Chi.
We can if we don't do it in the second movie. Do it in the third one.
No, but yeah.
She's along for the ride, and
including Chi-Chi would be genius because, I watched Mr. Fusion's video too, and he pointed out, Chi-Chi's like the one teaching Goku all like the moves, like how to airbend and all that kind of stuff, and how to do everything. She's already in tournaments and fighting all this time. She needs to be another fighter, not just a woman in this series anymore. It's 2025, guys. We need to...
kill more women.
No, not kill her. Kill her later after we've grown to love her and she's a part of this team. That would be impactful, I think.
It's true. I did like her. I would feel pretty bad if she went. And this would sidestep the whole thing. Like, we got to introduce Krillin. We got to really care about him. So that way in the third movie when he died, we've already got Chi-Chi.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's going to be back by the end of that movie anyway. We're going to use the Dragon Balls. We're going to bring her back.
Unlike the emotional connection we had between Goku and Krillin in the series proper, the connection with Goku and Chi-Chi is believable because Goku is the normal guy who likes women and that kind of in these movies. So yeah,
I'm with you guys for the solidarity of the show, but I do want the official record to show that I was against fridging Chi-Chi.
You were against fridging Chi-Chi.
I agree that there's probably better ways to do it, but we're one podcast and we've got to get through
I'm the third
somehow.
guy who thinks that's the best way. That's the only way. That's the best
for an American audience.
American audience, yeah.
They're going to be on board for just like, oh yeah, if my wife died, absolutely my hair would turn blonde.
Right.
And I would beat the crap out of that dude.
Right.
So now how do we make sure that what we're doing in this movie with Piccolo is we're not just doing it again in the next movie, presumably with Vegeta?
Well, we'll just have to keep that in mind because we're not doing the third movie in this one, right?
But
we're setting it up.
We have to be thinking in advance of
Sure.
that's going to be the next movie as we're writing this one because Iyoku so graciously greenlit us for 2 movies.
We make
Thank you.
Vegeta completely loyal to Frieza, and then in that third movie, he questions it, and then decides to have to turn against him rather than being like, I never liked that dude, and I'm doing my own thing. Be like, nope, Frieza's number one.
That's a good fallback. Just say that as the first draft. Yeah.
Okay,
that's
gotcha.
not bad.
Pin
that.
And so Raditz is also loyal, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So since we're cutting out Nappa, then that means this movie, or I guess we're cutting out the tournament now, or is the tournament, we still keep that space to establish just where Piccolo's at now?
We could do that and where these characters are at now 5 years later.
Okay.
Also because in real time has passed, and so you can have the CGI anyone be in the costume of Piccolo to show this happens. Piccolo wakes up, has amnesia, and then 10 years later.
Okay.
We use that as the mirror to the original series where Goku goes to the sanctuary and he sees Kami and he freaks out. He's like, Piccolo, this is bad. Piccolo's at the tournament, but he's got amnesia and he's a good guy. So he's like, oh crap, it's this guy. But it's like, oh no, he's pretty good. Okay, that's weird. That's a shock.
It's like, watch out, he's got He's got something like a weapon, but it's actually like just a ketchup bottle. He's pouring ketchup for this kid who couldn't reach the ketchup bottle. Like it's constant of that for a few minutes.
I do still want someone who looks like Kuririn now, since we don't have a character named Krillin anymore. I can go back to the other name, and he's like in his Urin Temple outfit,
Sure,
just in the background.
Shifu Master Krillin.
Yeah, Sifu. I don't even know. Okay, so the first bulk of this movie is the tournament, establishing Piccolo, 20 minutes, or just 20 minutes of that, which would still
10.
be 5 years.
I've seen movies do a lot of stuff with just the beginning 10 minutes. To just
well, we're not locked down in the editing room figuring this out. Okay. They say most of the movie is built in editing, and they can figure that out at that point.
yeah.
So the first small chunk of this movie, no amount of time, is 5 years later, and we're establishing where everyone's at, Piccolo, and then boom, 10 years later, because we want to have Gohan in the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
So then we have Raditz arriving first with Vegeta hot on his heels, learning about Ozaru. Maybe Raditz knows about what happened 2,000 years ago. Maybe we saved that for Vegeta.
Okay.
But either way,
now what if...
Raditz is there.
So the Dragon Ball Z opens up with them meeting at Kame House, right? So what if we're now opening up and we're going back to Roshi's house from Evolution, but we're now showing that it's now around a lake, and that like a lot of the buildings are starting to like go away and push back out and becoming more mountainous.
There you go. Trying to fix it.
Yeah,
you're
man,
trying to make an S tier. I'm trying to make an A tier movie. You're trying to make an S tier movie. Calm down.
I'm trying to make the best Dragon Ball Evolution 2 I can.
I mean, we could have whatever city this is in be the city that where Nappa and Vegeta landed, but it's going to be Vegeta at the the latter third or half of the film.
This is a random thought that I don't want to waste, like get lost. But what if we nix the whole? Because I still want Frieza to be the Shadow the Hedgehog moment where he's not even discussed at all until the very end of the post-credit scene. What if Raditz, Vegeta, or Nappa, or all three come down, they see amnesiac Piccolo and are bowing down to Piccolo? Like, whoa, what are you doing here, Master Piccolo? Because aren't those Zaro supposed to be disciples of Piccolo? That's like the whole point of the first movie. Like they're all disciples of him.
Ozaru singular is.
Right. The Goku is. But I mean, you can expand that to be the rest of the Saiyans. They didn't really like explicitly say, not them, but.
Well, we know it's not Goku from back then because Goku landed here 18 years ago on a meteor.
Right.
The original Ozaru was 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
So we don't know what's established for between those two.
And that's where I would probably step in and retcon this and say, like, it's just an ancestor of Goku's.
Yeah.
Like, he is not literally that guy from 2,000 years ago.
Right.
Right. But I'm saying it's their race. It's their
we
race
could have the Saiyans were subjugated by Piccolo, but since he's been gone for 2,000 years, somebody else moved in.
Yes, I like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been gone, and then Frieza comes in.
Yes, yes. But like Piccolo was like a god in their eyes, and because it's been 2,000 years, he's been lost to like just legends. And so like when they see him again, it's like, oh, it's like the prophet. Like, whoa, Piccolo, like you're alive or whatever. And
they're still loyal to Frieza
loyalists, yeah.
But they're like, that's like the guy that's our god who was around a long time ago. He's alive.
Because of that, you don't have to mention Frieza at all until like the very end or with the stinger. Like it's like, oh, they were working for me actually. Yeah.
So what we can do there? So remember in Evolution, Piccolo has absolute control over Ozaru, and remember he's like, they have the Dragon Balls, go take care of them, and then Goku just obeys. So what if we have like a moment where Piccolo realizes what's going on? These guys are recognizing him. And he tries to start like asserting control over them. And like you see it start to, like, let's say we have Nappa in this movie. He's just there. And it's starting to like flicker and Raditz and Nappa. And then Vegeta's like, stop it. He like, Vegeta won't work on Vegeta. And that's damn, this guy won't let Piccolo just push him around.
Yeah.
Like,
and
that.
It's also like
because he's so loyal to Frieza. Like, no, you can't me.
Probably. And that's also like what's triggering Piccolo into like becoming a bad guy again. Like, wait, these guys are like, I like this power that they're listening.
Think
to
I can exert. Yeah.
Okay. Explain kind of what his deal was 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
He's kind of like, no, that's not me. And then like, but was it?
Yes. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Okay. So let's get back into the structure of the movie here. So
yes.
meet up at Kame House. It could be wherever you want, Doug. We don't have to rebuild it. Okay, the Kame House from Evolution. Pow's hasn't changed a day.
Still a blossoming city.
Yeah, so we're meeting in this dimly lit house that Roshi lives in. Chow Yun-Fat, unfortunately, will be in this movie at least a little bit. We're going to keep his screen time minimum. We don't want him in this movie. He's not good. Okay, but Bulma's in this scene. We've got Yamcha in this scene because we need the Krillin insert. So we've got Yamcha in here. Do we have Piccolo here at the party?
I think they became friends.
He's still Piccolo, though, right? And that would be a Piccolo thing to just wait outside the house.
Yeah, I like that because we kind of they reconnected at the tournament. He's got amnesia and is good now, but he's like, I don't do parties, so I'm just gonna stand outside.
Sure,
I
was thinking Piccolo was like like that high school buddy you like knew back then. Like you might have at the reunion had met up, but like didn't really like connect. You're still like you're on your own paths right now until the Saiyans come, and then you're like, oh no, we both kind of met up here and need to do.
Oh yeah, so maybe we keep Piccolo out of the scene so that it's that much more impactful when he shows up later after the battle's maybe already started. Do we want to kill Yamcha off just for the laughs and then not having to deal with him?
For the laughs and also to establish how strong these guys are and they don't screw around. Like they take him out first. We got to get Yamcha in the Kame Gi that Goku is also wearing. So we show that he's been training under Yoshi as well. Right.
Yeah.
And so then, so when Raditz first shows up, and Bulma's there, by the way, when Raditz first shows up, it's Goku and Yamcha, and Yamcha eats it. And we have him in the iconic, we have to have the meme.
The pose.
He's laying there.
Yeah.
Quick. Goku, Chi-Chi, and Yamcha.
Goku, right. Forget about Chi. Chi-Chi's there with Gohan.
Yes.
And so they go off to fight Raditz. So let's say, Goku, Chi-Chi, Yamcha go leave Kame House to fight Raditz because Raditz has stolen Gohan. That's still good?
I think that's good.
Okay.
Bulma
stays with Chow Yun-Fat. And then, so they're off in, I guess, just wastelands where Raditz goes back to his meteor. Are we going to say that the meteor is actually a space pod? And that Piccolo
because we're not really shown what that is. And I think that Bulma should go with them. She's their transport. She's got the capsule thing, so she's there to witness Yamcha's
we need the Emmy Rossum thing. You're not paying Emmy Rossum millions of dollars and not having her.
Is she that big of an actress?
She's in Shameless, and her and Justin Chatwin.
Oh yeah, I know they do it in that show. Yeah.
No, the show is very successful for the past many years.
And we just leave Roshi back at home. He's drunk or something. He's like,
he's that, and that's it for Chow Yun-Fat. Chow Yun-Fat, everybody. He's not
thank you.
He's not in the rest of the movie, and he's not in 3. Written out. We'll film one scene with him like looking up or something. And we'll figure out a place to put it in the 3rd movie.
Yeah.
He's done.
And they'll mention his name in the 3rd movie, and then you cut back to him at home sneezing, and then cut back to the action.
Yeah.
Yep. Perfect. So, all right. So they all go off to fight Raditz. Yamcha eats it.
Yamcha dies. And then this is where Goku and Chi-Chi is struggling against Raditz, who casting, hear me out, guys, Glenn Powell.
Oh, maybe that'd be pretty good.
Yeah. Glenn Powell, he was in Top Gun Maverick and that Twisters movie.
And the hit guy.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
As who? As Raditz?
As Raditz. So we've got...
Yeah, I could dig it.
Xavier Woods is Vegeta. Glenn Powell is Raditz, who is younger than Justin Chatwin, but we can fake it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So then we have Piccolo jump in. They beat Raditz.
Burst the Dragon Ball with the Makanko Sampo.
And then this is where, how are we keeping Goku with Piccolo? Because you have to, like, is Chi-Chi willing to have Piccolo take Gohan?
See, where's Chi-Chi here? I'm still with this Piccolo being like a Android 17 thing, where that's what I'm trying to get at. Is like how he takes care of, like in Super, Android 17 is now like the caretaker of an island or whatever.
Right.
That's what I'm imagining this Piccolo is being. Like he's got the amnesia, he's doing this, and then Raditz lands at the sanctuary where Piccolo is working at or taken care of, and that's why Piccolo is there, but also shows the power within. Like he hasn't really fought anyone in all those years because he's not a fighter after amnesia. He's just like he rediscovers his power then.
Okay,
and that's when like they all. Tournament. I didn't want him at the tournament.
Raditz is ahead of Vegeta and possibly Nappa. I'm going to shoehorn Nappa back into the story, guys. But we've got Raditz is ahead. Is it in the fight with Raditz that Piccolo realizes who he truly is, right?
I think that's a good point to do it, because Raditz might recognize
Really?
him and be like, oh, okay. To explain, like, oh, hey,
yeah.
we used to be, buddies, our race and you. But then you went missing.
We need to arrange events here so that maybe Piccolo has been weakened from his fight with Goku and he can't exert his power over Raditz. Right, the control.
That or the amnesia makes it so that he can't do it. Or, because
well, but
he's
by
no
this
longer...
point, Raditz would have awakened his memories. Secretly.
Perhaps. I think triggered, not awakened fully, just like, like if he feels something and is like kind of learning about himself. It's not till like Vegeta and everything shows up and they turn into an Ozaru, because I don't think it would be until Vegeta turns to Ozaru where that big climactic part happens and the Piccolo's like having a battle between what do I do, good or bad or whatnot. I
think he awakens his memories and Piccolo remembers who he was, but he keeps that a secret. So he's like, oh, I remember I'm a bad guy. But I don't want, like, I could use their trust for something else. And also I'm going to take Gohan to mold him. So he's got to be bad now, but like still has that
or
goodness.
I liked Ken's where like he regains his memories, but he still hasn't forgotten the past 10 years where he was good and was like more mellowed out from that.
But we have to have the Piccolo Gohan, the sacrifice. And it's not like a big deal if he's not like, he's changed himself. Not just the sacrifice.
This is why I didn't want Gohan and Piccolo thing to be a thing at all, because we don't need that. But yeah,
we have to have a central story, have a character arc for this movie. Yeah. I think the Piccolo Gohan thing is going to be where it's at.
And that's why I'm so apprehensive about having Goku be a part of that situation. Okay. That's why I want Goku removed.
Oh.
What if we do kill him? What if we do that where Raditz does take him out or Piccolo takes out Raditz with Goku helping, and so thinking like, oh, Piccolo's got this or whatever. Maybe, thinking like maybe things will be okay, whatever. And then the Kami thing instead, rather than Kaio, be like, I'll take you and we'll fix you, but it's going to be a bit.
So then I'll go back with you guys and say that Piccolo, did awaken all his memories, and is like, Goku's dead. I need to take this kid to train him to for the next thing they're coming.
And then maybe he's not able to exert control on Gohan because Gohan is only half Saiyan or Saiyan. Right. Are we doing Saiyan?
Right.
We're doing Saiyan, right?
We're doing Saiyan because we were gonna do Krillin. But
right. So now,
we still want to piss off the masses, but still put their butts in the seats and they'll do that.
And we need Goku away so that he can learn a technique that no one else has.
Sure,
he has to learn this like godly technique that no one else has access to.
Yeah.
Whilst he is quote unquote dead. We don't have this afterlife thing, but we have like Kami or whatever, like, all right, I'm going to heal your body, but at the same time, we're going to have like a little spirit conversation / training session for like the next, 6 months or whatever.
He's in that
way you
realm.
Wake up with this new knowledge. Yeah, exactly. In the blue realm.
Where the avatars talk to each other?
Where Gohan keeps trying to talk to.
That realm
keeps trying to talk to
Goku.
Goku.
You're bringing it back. Oh, shit.
So this would be the realm where Kami exists. And Goku didn't die because we can't wish him back because we've destroyed the Dragon Ball.
Right.
But so he's on the brink of death.
I like that better. He's not just at like a Kami's tower that's like a physical place. He's in the spirit. Yeah. Okay, so that's why he can't leave. Like my kids, like no, like that's why. Okay, I like
so like Kami doesn't exist in a physical form.
Right.
He's been excised from Piccolo, but he exists in this blue realm where he's able to bring Goku and then train him.
Yeah. This Kami won't be anything like our Kami, but it's in the service of this movie and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Like he'll be more of like what we think of as a god kind of thing.
So now, if we want to have Piccolo and Gohan, and we want to have Chi-Chi, I am okay with Piccolo, Gohan, and Chi-Chi as a trio.
I kind of like that. I think that's a fun little thing. And Doug, I had a thought. So you were thinking that he's kind of like a park ranger, or he's got some sort of reserve or whatever. Let's say that also it's got a little trick. There's higher gravity in a certain section. We're going to train there to prepare for all of these Saiyans that are coming.
Yeah.
So the three of them are trying to get stronger, and they can, train all that other fun stuff.
Yeah. Because we don't want to exclude Chi-Chi. Why would she go off?
Yeah.
Yeah. And a mother's instinct, I would buy, she's not totally buying Piccolo, and she's probably starting to pick up like something's wrong, and so she's like, I'm coming with.
Yes, and Piccolo, because he's a ranger, he has like a house they could stay at. Like, yeah, that's within the grounds. Like, yeah, no, stay here. That's totally fine as long as you can just train.
They're just in the wilderness. I think it's fine. Which it doesn't have to be like a physical place. They're just traveling.
No, Dragonball Evolution. I feel like, yeah.
Okay, well, we're not bound to how bad the first one is.
Yes, we are. That's the whole point. Otherwise, we just make a new movie out of scratch.
No, we're taking what was previously established. Anyway,
okay,
Ken, go forward.
So now we can say an indeterminate amount of time has passed. Okay, we just whatever time period was given of how much further back Vegeta and Nappa were, and now they have arrived. Okay, and so then we don't have to worry about Bulma having to find the Dragon Balls again to go and wish Goku and have to involve Chow Yun Fat on the toilet. We don't have to worry about any of that. We just have Kami be like, okay, they're here. It is your time to go back now.
Yeah. Perfect.
But we have to throw some sort of snag in there of why the battle advances without Goku there, because
Like Goku being late.
We want Piccolo's sacrifice to truly mean something, and it won't if Goku's there.
Right. The Dragon Ball Evolution would mess that up, but okay, let's try and fix that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we already have Chi-Chi there. We're gonna have Chi-Chi fighting Nappa.
She'll be knocked out, obviously. She'll be knocked out for a minute.
So we're already in a situation where we're evolutioning it up a little bit because we're twisting some stuff.
Maybe
so because this Kami is like that, he's not allowing Goku to leave, even though the Saiyans have arrived. Like, no, you haven't mastered this technique yet. You're not leaving until you master it.
Oh yeah. And then maybe now it's Piccolo and Chi-Chi and Gohan is there trying to take on Nappa and Vegeta, but we're just doing Nappa at first. But Vegeta is noticing like, okay, this isn't going to work in our favor because now they're sort of finally they figured stuff out, like Nappa's maybe got a weakness or whatever. So he's like, I'm going to use this power, this spell, and I'm going to at least hold one of them so he can bind Chi-Chi. She is not able to do anything. And now Nappa's going to take out Gohan. So Piccolo seeing like, oh damn, his mom isn't going to be able to do anything. This kid's going to die or I have to do something. So that he makes that sacrifice. So Chi-Chi is there, sees Piccolo's sacrifice and all of this.
Yeah.
And it's only after that is when Goku finally has mastered his technique and finally shows up on the battlefield. And he and Chi-Chi can take out Nappa together. And then we can do however we're going to do Vegeta. I don't think it should go on as long as Goku versus Vegeta. And then Krillin and Gohan versus Vegeta. And then Yajirobe shows up and do all that. So we'll have to rework that whole fight.
It could be just one final, just like the Piccolo Goku fight in Evolution 1. Just be quick confrontation of just here's the technique I learned. You're dead.
Yeah, could do something like that.
We could, we don't have to map out how this whole battle works, but the battle would be
right. It
is Goku, Gohan, Chi-Chi fending off Nappa and Vegeta, and then we made it to the end of the movie. So then, how are we? Yeah. So Vegeta, same thing. Nappa's dead. He's gone. We've now killed off 2 of these Saiyans, and it's just Vegeta. Super loyal to Frieza, and is this point where he name drops Frieza, Doug, or are we really holding that off to the post credits?
I think when he gets into the ship and he's leaving, escaping. That's when he calls up Frieza or one of Frieza's henchmen to relay a message to Frieza, just report to Frieza that Piccolo's commandeered a ship and is coming to he's remembered. Piccolo's remembered. He's on his way back. And then post credits scene. Then you see Thanos come out of his chair, a la Frieza, and just
yeah. Or we just have Vegeta being like, I'm going back to HQ to heal up and all of that stuff. And it's okay. So then the audience would be like, okay, he's going back somewhere. Then the post credit scene is that report of him you know. He's, wheezing and stuff. He's like, here's what's happened because they don't have the scouters to relay this info.
Yeah. He's in the chamber healing in the pod. He's passed out, but Frieza walks in. You just see his feet, and he's talking to the handler. So what happened to him? He's something about a Namek on his way back, and then that's when Frieza smiles or panics or no, I think it'd be a smile because it's a post credit scene, something like that.
Now, we're filming this at the same time as movie 3, remember? So it means we have access to all of the cast from the third movie that we might want to introduce here. Oh, so cool. Do we have how, like, do we think, okay, obviously we want to do something with the Ginyu, right? At some level. It doesn't need to be all 5, but do we want them, or do we want to first have like the mid-boss Zarbon and Dodoria standing here as well?
I think Zarbon and Dodoria.
I think you cut it. No, I'm opposite. I think you cut out Zarbon Dodoria and you leave Ginyu. Ginyu is much more popular than Zarbon Dodoria. You can't have both in a movie like this.
I don't know, man. I've got 2. I guess I do have 2 Ginyu figures here with 2 Zarbons as well. So technically, okay, yeah.
We could have a Zarbon or Dodoria be the first, not necessarily mid-boss, but just like the first challenge that we're going to have when we get to Namek. So that way we dispatch them, and then we can move on and then be worried about the Ginyu stuff or whatever.
Yeah, because if we think like, I don't think this is too far to say we're not going to have Kui in the next movie.
No.
So then do we need Zarbon and Dodoria for Vegeta to first fight when he gets there? Because Vegeta, I'm going to say in the 3rd movie, Vegeta's got to have a character arc. So we need somewhere for Xavier Woods to go.
That's true. But there are 5 Ginyus. And I'm thinking this could be a fun movie. 3 could be a fun Ginyu movie. Like all the how much personality each of them have. You can make a whole movie around that and just make the movie. Some of them go to Vegeta, some of them go here, blah blah blah. But I don't know. I think you can work them in as all the. I think you waste too much time having Zarbon and Dodoria there.
Let's just who is in this scene.
Yeah.
That we have to cast to be here for in the tank, and we have Frieza come out of the shadows. Is there anybody else there, or is it just Frieza, and we'll worry about the other characters' introductions for the next movie?
Even though we could pull from anyone, I think it would be better just to have a random soldier number 1 as the attendee that tells him that. Like Frieza is the main. Frieza's it could be a pool if anything, but like Frieza is the main. You don't want to be like, oh, there's that character and Frieza. You don't want to be like, that's Frieza. That's the reaction you want to have at the end of the press credits.
Yeah.
We could have Harry Styles. Like that's what you want to have.
We could have Frieza come into the room and see that Vegeta has been, hurt or whatever, and then turn to the person and it's like, what happened? Do we know what got him in this state? It's like, oh, he recorded this report, and then plays out the whole thing of like what Vegeta went through and who Piccolo, he's back, and that there's, whatever. So then Frieza's like, oh, well, if the Dragon Ball's there destroyed, I guess I'll just have to get my own.
And so instead of like him walking in and you see his feet, because obviously his feet's too obvious, you just see like a hover chair. But because it's Dragon Ball Evolution, it's not everything accurate. It's like a Dr. Xavier wheelchair that rolls in.
We could do that.
But that's actually like his pod or whatever.
I think a chair and some horns is pretty good.
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch. We have to have a
as Frieza
voice as Frieza.
Okay, mocapped or actually just him?
Whoa!
I don't know.
In mocap, un-CGI'd, just him with all the dots on him.
Okay. Well, I think that we'll have to figure out how to pick up from this great story.
God, I want to actually sit down and write like a coherent script now of this that we planned out.
Well, someone will do it. Some sicko will go.
No, they won't.
I'm gonna write. Doug, do not underestimate people. Fanfic writers will do it.
Okay. So we have the whole thing. We have the tournament to introduce the characters where they're at here and now. Then we have Raditz show up. We have Goku, Gohan, or Gohan's been captured. Goku, Chi-Chi, and Piccolo taking out Raditz. We have Goku, who's, recovering and learning stuff from Kami in the Blue Realm. We have Piccolo, who's regained some memories and things like that, and has to have that sort of choice to be good rather than the evil that he was. We defeat Nappa, we defeat Vegeta, and now we have Frieza looming on the horizon for movie number 3. I think that works out.
All right.
Sounds just as awkwardly enough as Dragon Ball Evolution proper.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm interested to hear what everybody else has to say, both but their ideas are and their feedback for us. I'm really excited to do that. So how about we take a break and then we'll do that first one. We'll come back and we'll hear what you guys had to say for your ideas for what Dragon Ball Evolution 2 should be. So sit back. We'll be right back. Alrighty, we are back with more show and listening to what you guys had to say. about how you would write Dragon Ball Evolution 2. Ken, as always, out there on the blue sky, putting out the call. And of course, you guys answered. We tried to keep it to a 3 skeet maximum. But, we understand this. Our conversation went for a while. So your guys' went pretty deep as well. So, Ken, why don't you give us this first one here from Nerdy?
And real quick, this is one of those ones where I had to cut off the replies because everyone was taking advantage of those 3 skeets. And we had 10 people reply, and I was like, "Ooh, this is already going to be a long show," and so we need to cut it off here. So again, apologies if you weren't able to reply.
Sorry, guys. Yeah.
So Nerdy writes in and says, Dragon Ball Evolution Z, or Z. Goku and his friends continue life as normal on Earth until one day a spaceship enters Earth's atmosphere. The spaceship contains a lone Saiyan, pronounced correctly, named Vegeta, who has come to Earth to take over the planet. Goku tries to stop him, but is defeated. Goku dies, but just when all hope seems lost, an old foe appears with a plan. It's Big Green! Oh, I mean Piccolo. While Bulma and Roshi, is he dead? I can't remember, gathers the Dragon Balls, Piccolo trains Yamcha and Chi-Chi in his hidden chamber, the Room of Spirit and Time. Goku is wished back and the battle begins. Our heroes defeat Vegeta, but Goku insists Vegeta get to live. Waku Waku or something. Vegeta escapes while threatening that Lord Frieza will hear about this. I just came up with a plot while walking my dog, and it still felt more interesting than watching Dragon Ball Evolution. Laughing, crying emoji.
That's the exact amount of like cheese and like just disregard for the original story that I wanted. Like that's perfect. Like no Nappa, no Raditz, just straight up Vegeta just shows up and boom, things kick off. It's a short movie, guys. I think you guys are trying to include too much plot development in this like story. It's a short movie.
Disagreed, but I also think that Nerdy did a really great job.
Nerdy did amazing, yeah.
So we got one here from Nero Nova who says, okay, assuming this is a Fox production and knowing all the behind-the-scenes mess like the first one had, I'll just write what I think the final product would have ended up looking like regardless. A year since Goku defeated Piccolo, Goku has resumed training under Roshi, but this time he has a new student along, Master Roshi's son, Krillin Roshi. Together they trained for the new Budokai Tenkaichi tournament. Sorry, Ken. But unbeknownst to them, Piccolo has returned, planning to join as well. He summons a brand new student to enter along with him. From the Ozaru realm, the mighty warrior Vegeta arrives. Will our heroes have the power to defeat this new foe and become champions? Interesting.
All right, you had me at Ozaru realm.
God damn it, that's what you gotta have. Oh, that's good. Succinct.
Lady Xeon writes in. Oh, go ahead.
I said the things you can come up with when you don't have to argue against 2 other people.
Yeah.
To make something.
But that's a writer's room.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People like to think that Vince Gilligan wrote Breaking Bad, but in truth, he only wrote that first episode. Every other one was like 6 to 7 people in a room bouncing ideas off of each other.
Okay, good.
Lady Xeon joins the fray and says, 5 years after the defeat of Piccolo, Goku, Chi-Chi, and Yamcha enter the strongest under the heaven, Budokai, that's a good one, where they meet Krillin, Kevin Hart, and must face Piccolo again. But as Piccolo and Goku are about to face off, in the opening match, 3 space pods fall from the sky and crash in West City. The Saiyans, pronounced Saiyan, attack the city hunting for Ozaru and Piccolo, who were sent to Earth to conquer it 2,000 years ago. Goku and company ally with Piccolo and are able to kill Raditz, but are overpowered by Nappa, who kills Krillin. Piccolo takes Goku to meet his brother Kami, who betrayed and sealed Piccolo away long ago to train them and teach Goku the Kaioken. I love this. Everyone's like mixing up what's right and what's not.
I love it.
In the finale, the 2 team up, kill Nappa, and barely beat Vegeta, who escapes in a post-credit sequel tease. Mid-credit scene, Krillin is wished back.
I love it.
Kevin Hart is back.
I love how we all agree on the pronouncing Saiyan correctly for this movie.
Everything else can be wrong, but that's the one thing we leave right.
And that's also what I love is that incorporating like different stuff from different arcs, like the interruption of a tournament, like in the Majin Buu arc, like we're bringing that to this early part of the story, that kind of stuff. So Dragon Ball Evolution.
So good. All right. Parker Rico. I would have the story focused on what made Dragon Ball so special. A good blend of action and comedy with some heart, too. I would also introduce characters that weren't in the first movie, like Kuririn, Yajirobe, Tenshinhan, and Chaozu. The film will begin with Muten Roshi telling Goku about going to train with Kami and Mr. Popo. It will adapt Goku's training at Kami's temple in the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai arc, with the first half being the training and the last half taking place at the tournament. I changed some stuff like how Goku gets to Kami's temple, like he'll have to use the Kamehameha to get there, and keep Goku's bullies for some moments here and there. Ooh, the bullies come back.
That's Fuller.
Carrie Fuller or whatever his name is.
That was the funniest thing in Mr. Fusion's video, was learning that the actor's name is actually cooler. It's Texas Battle. Like, what a more fitting Dragon Ball name than Carrie Fuller.
When I was watching that scene in the movie, that was all I could think about, was that this guy's real name is Texas Battle.
Texas Battle.
Yep. It's insane.
Yeah, putting Yajirobe in the movie too. I forgot about him. He'd be interesting to put in there.
Didn't even. Yeah, he's relegated to poor on Oolong of just being a slight cameo.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud.
Veggie Pun writes in and says, "Ooh, we're doing the main Piccolo saga then. First fourth of the movie is the ending to the 22nd Budokai. We get a quick introduction to Crane School and a montage of everyone fighting, leading to Goku versus Tien. The difference here would be Yamcha or Bulma dying since Krillin isn't a thing. Or you could introduce Krillin during the opening fourth and have it explain that they became good friends under Roshi. Either way, someone dies, and Goku chases after Tambourine, only to nearly die, get saved by Yajirobe, and then take the same village Piccolo was at to heal up. There he learns Piccolo is alive. The villagers warn that even after resting, Goku might not be strong enough to beat Piccolo. But they do mention the Korin's Tower and how that could help. While Goku gets the Divine Water, Tien and the others fight Piccolo, dying one by one until Goku shows up and beats him. There is a fourth skeet to this, but I did say 3 skeet maximum, so we'll not be reading that on the show, but you can read it yourself. Go to Blue Sky. Look, man, we have to impose this.
Yeah.
There's one thing I want to talk about. The village Piccolo was at to heal up. That was almost definitely Mai with him, because the lady who is like dabbing his forehead is the lady that Mai kills when they go to that village to get the Dragon Ball.
No, she didn't kill him.
She kills him off screen. Yeah.
You guys seen it recently, but I think it was insinuate. Lady, they didn't. What do you mean off screen? Off screen means no.
It's an implied death. Well, this is like a kid's movie.
I guess.
I think it's definitely Mai.
Because why else would she save him? Yeah, in that aspect. But I think in our movie, that's where Piccolo learns to be kind. It's like, oh, this woman who had nothing for me.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it is left open-ended, so we can absolutely say whatever we want.
I never thought of it being Mai. I mean, absolutely it could be Mai freaking shapeshifter.
Yeah, me neither.
Makes sense.
Alrighty, we got Rob here who says, okay, here's my pitch for Dragon Ball Evolution Z. I like that we had 2 people come up with the same great idea. That's fantastic. It's been a year since Goku beat Lord Piccolo and saved the planet. Goku feels like he is stuck in a rut, so Master Roshi suggests that Goku, Yamcha, Goku's best friend, and Chi-Chi enter the 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament. So Goku, Yamcha, and Chi-Chi enter the tournament with Roshi and Bulma following along to watch. But once there, the gang sees a familiar face, Lord Piccolo, but it turns out to be Piccolo's twin brother, Lord Kami. Next to Kami is a short young man whose name is Vegeta. Kami and Vegeta, who is a good nature student Ozaru of Kami, are here to stop Piccolo from summoning a cruel beast from gathering energy from the fighters called Frieza. Watch as Bulma falls in love with Vegeta and the finale fight against Frieza as Goku turns Super Saiyan from the loss of Vegeta. Whoa. We really did mix up a lot of stuff there. That's cool.
That's awesome.
Chocolate Cookie Cream writes in and says, Goku continues to train under Roshi and enters the World Martial Arts Tournament alongside Chi-Chi, feeling very confident in his abilities after defeating Piccolo. As the event begins, he comes face to face with another fighter named Krillin, who declares himself Goku's ultimate rival. However, things take a turn when 2 warriors from the stars named Nappa and Vegeta demonstrate their incredible power, even seemingly killing Goku and Krillin. They are here to find the Dragon Balls, with Bulma being captured to help find them. In the realm between the living and the dead, the Blue Realm, Goku and Krillin are guided by Piccolo to find their way back home. Meanwhile, Roshi, Yamcha, and Chi-Chi try to save Bulma and find a way to defend Earth from this new threat, leading to a conflict between Goku and Vegeta.
Yeah. I keep forgetting the Bulma of it all, and like she needs to be included like a lot more in this. So she could be like the damsel in distress that's been captured by Vegeta and them, and like you see like the bickering flirtatious, like shut up, you shut up, like between the two of them as the story goes on.
Or that's when we cover our third movie. That's kind of where that would be.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
That's where Emily
I was
Rossum.
thinking
That's where
Bulma
she's
would
earning.
be.
Yeah,
Well, that's
she's
also
earning her
where
paycheck there.
Yeah, I know, right? A lot of our commenters, though, are understanding it that, like, we need to rush to the things that people know about, like Vegeta and the romance and that kind of stuff. And no matter what part of the story it's supposed to be in, now we're bringing that all back here somehow, making it cram in and fit in this plot for movie 2.
We got Level Up Leo, who says, Dragon Ball Evolution 2. It starts at graduation day for high school. Goku looks out and sees an empty chair where Gohan would be sitting and remembers his voice. Later on, Goku is talking to Chi-Chi about how he no longer has a family, and Chi-Chi subtly suggests having a baby. Goku brushes her off. News reports start coming in about an alien spacecraft entering Earth's atmosphere. It keeps sending the message, Kakarot. Bulma calls up Goku and lets him know she's figured out where it will land. The group from the first movie meet up as the spaceship crashes. A figure floats out from the ship. It's Vegeta, who says he's Goku's brother. Family theme, get it? And is seeking the Dragon Balls to rule the world. Goku fights, but is wiped out. Using a solar flash skill, they escape. Hopeless, they are then approached by Piccolo. He has the secret to beating Vegeta, the Kaioken.
But see, this one is also touching on someone being related to Goku is key to the story.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's Vegeta.
And I do love, solar flash, really great. And then also,
I'm thinking like solar, and then shows off his clothes. Flash. Solar flash.
Piccolo is going to teach the Kaioken, the King Kai fist.
Oh my god,
that's so good.
And then tied up, but they got to get back before prom. Forget the high school of it all.
But see, that is something in our story. We could still have Kami teach the Kaioken, and we just don't have to explain it. Because they didn't explain. They just said, the technique, the Mafuba. They didn't ever once explain what that was.
All. I mean, even in the dub, because you call him King Kai, people don't realize and called it Kaioken. They didn't realize the relation.
Yeah. DeChunk writes in and says, Roshi tells Goku about a secret temple in the mountains where the Dragon Balls were made. Goku and Bulma go in, search, and end up in a snowy village and are cared for by another tech-savvy girl named Suno and a local monk, Krillin. When Goku mentions the temple, they are told by Krillin to stop looking for it. Goku refuses and the two fight, Krillin showing himself to be a formidable opponent. But their fight is interrupted by a raid from the Red Ribbon Army, a group looking for the temple as well. A three-eyed man takes on Goku and Krillin easily and kidnaps Suno and Bulma. Krillin reveals him to be Tien Shinhan, a member of his monastery that betrayed them. Now Goku and Krillin must fight through the Red Ribbon Army's fortress and their top generals to save their friends and stop these evil men on a quest for world domination. The temple, in the end, is Kami's lookout.
Oh I
like
God.
I like that if the idea is to not go straight to Vegeta.
Yes.
This is great.
Yeah. Yes, because I'm always like, don't do that. But no, this is the perfect way to do it if you're going to do it that way. And that's genius. That's who wrote that?
DeChunk.
That was amazing.
DeChunk, you're great. And then we've got this one from Friend of Justice who says, Saiyan Saga movie, first half training, second half, the big fight. Daniel Day Kim as Vegeta, Florence Pugh as Bulma. We're recasting Bulma.
Recasting? All right.
I do like Florence Pugh. That's good.
Me too.
Nappa is CGI like Colossus in the Deadpool movies, but voiced by Jason Momoa. And Goku is played by Tom Hanks, according to my D4 roll. Jimmy Marsters can come back as Piccolo.
James Masters can come back as Piccolo.
Hey, hear me out. There's nothing that keeping us from gender swapping a character in the next movie, so we can still use Florence Pugh.
That's true.
That's true.
Yes. As Vegeta.
Or Ginyu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the movie 3? Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about it next movie.
Ken's got
this about the body change?
The gears are turning.
And Ken, right now, before you forget, you need to keep this thing fresh.
Okay. We'll wrap it up there because that was actually the last one from everybody. Oh my God, so much really great creativity.
I know. I want to see these movies on my desk by Monday.
Have it made by the Korean animators who did like all of the really quick, news things from like 10, 15 years ago. Oh man. Anyway, that's good stuff. So thanks again, everybody. Just super good. Oh God. I'm so excited about it, which
So
Now I have to,
it's not
like-
happening, Randy. It's not happening
You're right. It's like I thought that this was actually going to happen
this
today.
summer. Yeah. grab your tickets now.
But what if? What if it did happen today?
It'd be a big brain
Now I have
move
to-
for movie studios to actually try and do that again.
Right? Yeah. Now I got to rein myself in because I got to go over some trivia.
What?
You know,
Yeah.
trivia.
Did Senpai write evolution themed trivia?
Oh my god! I don't. No, he didn't. Did he?
I'm opening this up for the first time, so let's find out together. Question number 1. Oh, who plays Goku in the Japanese dub of Dragon Ball Evolution?
Oh,
Doug, we should
I know, but I
this.
forget immediately. I don't know.
If you can name me another role that voice
the-
actor's done.
Oh, Levi in Attack on Titan.
I have no
Ken?
idea.
No idea.
I've never seen it in Japanese. I wasn't on the podcast
still.
then.
I just saw it the one time. I don't know Japanese people's names like that. I barely know my own name.
You could still know. It's Kappe Yamaguchi. So, Usopp,
really?
Inuyasha,
That's
male Ranma.
interesting casting.
I know, right?
Yeah. So, it's pretty good. I've watched a little bit more of it today. Like, I switched it over for a little
Oh
bit. I
my
was like,
God.
yeah.
Was Masako Nozawa too busy to?
Everybody is recast here. They're all doing their own thing. Question number 2. What is the total runtime of Dragon Ball Evolution?
Oh, you guys should know this.
It's like an hour 25, isn't it?
Boom! Ken gets it. Hour 25.
It's minus points for
job.
Senpai.
I remember when I sat down to watch it, I'm like, how long is this going to be? And I
That's
saw the
everyone's
runtime,
probably
and I'm like, oh, thank
first
God.
inclination.
Yep.
How much
That's
time am
what I
I
did too.
actively going to be wasting right now?
Yep. All right, and then the last question. Who sings Dragon Ball Evolution's ending theme song, Rule?
Aya Samaguchi.
Doug, do you want to give it a try?
I can't even repeat what he just said, so no.
You shouldn't.
Is it Ja Rule?
Yeah, Ja Rule.
Rule.
Ayumi Hamasaki.
I was
which,
basically, come on.
You basically are.
I got the first vowel,
No.
right?
Yeah, okay, Doug.
Sound like a real Doug over there.
Yeah, Kukichi much?
Kukichi? What's his name? Tell me. They won't tell me his real name. What is it? Kikuchi?
He got it. That's good.
They
Fun
won't
fact,
tell me his real name.
They just laugh whenever I say it. Like, oh, there's Doug. But they never tell me. They never correct me.
Fun fact, she also had a song called Evolution that came out a few years beforehand. So, like, we couldn't make a song called Evolution for the
Nice.
Dragon Ball Evolution movie because she already did that. So, thank you, Zenpai. Those are good. I'm glad that happened.
Yeah.
And, yeah, man. So thanks for that. And everybody else, thanks for listening. Thanks for, throwing in your movie pitches. That's great. We love interacting with you and
Fantastic.
keeping you in the conversation, talking about our favorite franchise in the world. You can, of course, hit us up on Blue Sky at WeGotAPod at WeGotAPodcast.com over there. And then, of course, you could email us at WeGotAPod@gmail.com.
And yeah, thank you to Rifti Beats for letting us use this track, Kakarot Theme Hip Hop Track Remix. You can find that track and other great music by Rifti on his SoundCloud. If you guys have good names for the sequel of Dragon Ball Evolution, let us know in the comments. Like, I'm trying to think like Dragon Ball Metamorphosize. What's the next step of Evolution? But yeah, anyways, Ken, where can people find you?
You could find me at Detective X in various places.
And Randy?
You can find me at Saberbreaker over there on Blue Sky. So just give me a check there.
Yeah, you can find me at Jabaz Doug on the socials.
We've kind of hinted at this on Blue Sky that we will have merch coming soon. We are testing some stuff out. We currently have one vendor set up, ready to go. My hands just made like a fart sound when I squeezed it.
Yeah, I was like, was that a cat? You don't have a cat?
But he is waiting on samples to come in. He's ordered some samples. And if he approves them, if they're good, then we will kind of give you more information on that. It's a couple of shirts that just with the We Got a Podcast logo, it's a mug. And then there's like a sticker, and then there's a special women's tee that I will leave as a secret until you look in the store yourself when that comes out. That one's really fun. Everything else is basic except for that one shirt.
Is that for the moms?
Is a fun little. It's for the moms, and so you'll have to
Yep.
wait and see. So as always, guys, thank you in advance for visiting our store once that's opened up. But also thank you for listening, subscribing, reviewing, telling your friends. Again, we do love seeing those reviews. I know the only public place for them is maybe Apple Podcasts. So if you are listening via Apple Podcasts and you have not left a review yet, please do so. I think we're like 5 stars on there. And like, let's keep us the number 1 rated Dragon Ball podcast on Apple Podcasts. I have no idea. But if we're not, get us there, please. And without any further ado, we'll end what I think was an all-time banger episode of this podcast.
What amazing, yeah.
And we'll say,
just flowing.
Catch you, Matinator.
Bye.